Zombie games are awesome. Whether you're a photojournalist in a mall or a cheerleader with a chainsaw, there's absolutely no shortage of zombies in gaming media. And usually zombie games are a lot of fun, even the worst ones. This genre has captured zombie killing extremely well, but we as players are often left wondering, what does it feel like to be the zombie? And that's the question of the day. What games allow you to play as the living dead? And how does it feel to, well, not feel? Let's find out. Left 4 Dead 2 is one of my favorite games of all time. No other game has come close to replacing the memories I have with this one. And one thing that always keeps me coming back is the wonderfully stupid versus mode. Granted, I always prefer cooperative gameplay to versus, but in recent years I've been really into pouncing on motherfuckers as the hunter. And versus, you're able to take control of most of the special infected, ranging from the boomer all the way to the fucking tank. Let's go over the infected, shall we? The weakest and most similar infected are the boomer and the spitter, as they both basically do the same thing. The boomer is a fat, slow enemy who can be spotted very easily. His main attack is the vomit on the survivors, which will temporarily blind them and attract a fucking horde of zombies to their location. He can die from one hit with most weapons, making him very vulnerable. But this isn't always a fault, however. If a survivor is in your range when they kill you, you'll explode all over them, having the same effect the vomit does. The spitter, on the other hand, is the scariest fucking thing I've ever seen in my life. The spitter is also a ranged attacker, shooting burning acid at the survivors and leaving behind a pool upon its death. That's basically it. The jockey and the hunter are kinda similar. The hunter is a crawly little fucker who likes to pounce on people and tear their organs out. I would say this didn't traumatize me as a kid, but I'd be fucking lying. The jockey is an annoying little shit that runs around laughing at who knows what, and rides around the back of survivors like he's Tobey Maguire and Seabiscuit. He can drag them away from the team or even directly into other enemies. As a survivor, it's the most annoying shit in the world, but from the perspective of the jockey, it's pretty damn fun. There's a smoker who shoots his long ass tongue at survivors, and dangles them like James Franco in that one movie. Then there's a charger. It's pretty self-explanatory. Maybe you'll get the opportunity to be the tank, which basically makes you a god for a couple minutes straight. You can't play as the witch though, because that would be hella fucking boring, just sitting there and crying like a little shit for 20 minutes straight. They all offer different playing experiences, and having to navigate the levels and come up with creative methods to kill people is really exciting, and it promotes teamwork just like playing as the survivors. Dying Light is fucking insane, but to be completely honest with you, I've never been big on this game. But I still respect the shit out of it. And who knows, maybe its sequel will hook me, if it ever fucking comes out. But regardless, there's a game mode in Dying Light where you get to play as the game's jacked up steroid zombie. And it's fucking awesome. You can climb on buildings, swing on streetlights, jump on motherfuckers like it's leapfrog. You're basically Venom and it's the best. Your goal is to kill the survivors at any cost necessary, but they have certain traps and defenses to prevent that from happening. But when it does happen, that shit is brutal. Contagion is a fucking mess. A mess that I love. You might recognize Contagion as that one zombie game every Let's Play channel was playing like 8 years ago, and you might recognize it for literally nothing else. This is a rather unknown game, but it's cheap on Steam, so I highly recommend it. It's your basic survival horror zombie game that focuses on multiplayer gameplay. You have your typical escape missions, but you also have a really original versus mode. This game is a free-for-all where everyone and everything with a pulse and without a pulse is your enemy. Your task is to be the only survivor remaining at any cost. You can kill other players, but this doesn't eliminate them as a threat. They then return as a zombie with some special abilities. They can roar loudly, allowing them to build a small army of the dead. They can command them to attack and distract you. They can blend in, causing the player not to suspect them as a threat, and they can see you from really fucking far away. Did I mention they're 10 times stronger than other zombies? Cause they are 10 times stronger than every other zombie. Anyway, what the fuck else should I talk about? Call of Duty had a really cool zombie mode that they abandoned for some reason, so next topic I guess. Internet is one of the most addictive platformers I've ever had the fortune of experiencing. Or misfortune if you know what I mean. Fuck this game, man. Ben and Ed had amazingly crafted level design that works wonderfully in pair with your decaying corpse of a character. You'll run, limp, and crawl your way to victory over the course of this wonderfully insane premise of a game that never pulls any punches. The game is simple. You run through these obstacle courses trying your absolute best to make it in one piece. Of course you don't need your legs.
I told you! You don't need legs! There's one of them!
Or any body parts for that matter, but they definitely help as it's nearly impossible to survive as just a fucking head. The levels have fun secrets like cans you can knock over to get points, or these chickens you can curb stomp to death. It adds a sense of comedy to this very dark game. Did you know you can jump on the cameraman to get further in the level? It's hilarious to listen to him scream as he plummets to his demise. Now that I'm saying that out loud, it's really not that funny, is it? This game requires your utmost attention when playing it, or else it fucks you. As the game goes on, it becomes surprisingly difficult. Like sometimes you'll beat the level just by throwing your head to the finish line. The sudden change from this to this isn't jarring, surprisingly. Nothing comes as a surprise after you beat the giant clown boss. Oh yeah, fair warning, this game gets fucking bananas as it goes on. I don't want to spoil the game, but I'll just say, it had a surprisingly dark tone throughout. An ending that leaves you shocked to your core, that makes you wonder if everything you went through was actually worth it. I never thought a game about a zombie running an obstacle course would have an impact on me, but it fucking did. Been at it as like a 6 out of 10 game at first glance, but goddamn, that is the strongest 6 out of 10 I've ever given. I can go on and on about the wonders this game provides, but I think it'd just be more effective if I just showed you it. So here's a montage of me getting my ass handed to me. My god, I'm excited to talk about this game. This video was just originally going to be a review to this game due to the recent remaster, but then I realized how long it took to get this video out and how everyone and their grandma has already reviewed this game, and I decided to just clump it in with this video. So the rest of the video will be entirely Stubbs The Zombie. Congratulations, you have entered the Stubbs Zone. Refunds are not available. Stubbs The Zombie in Rebel Without a Pulse has to be the coolest title I've ever read. Stubbs The Zombie is a game I adored ever since I was a child, but honestly had never played it until this point. I know that sounds weird, but hear me out. I never had an original Xbox growing up, and I also never knew this game was backwards compatible. Because I'm fucking stupid, I guess, I don't know. But regardless, Stubbs The Zombie is finally here. Or it has been for like a month now, and I'm just lazy. So I can finally live out my zombie fantasy in a game that doesn't suck. Oh shit, that's right, Frank Rising fucking exists. Does anyone remember that shit? Does anyone even remember Dead Rising 4? Cause I sure don't. But I'm just gonna say now, I won't be reviewing Frank Rising in this video as I haven't played it and I don't plan on it. So I'll link a comparison video by Dorkax below. Check out his channel, it's great. Anyways, finally time to discuss this wacky ass excuse of a game. First thing aside, this game is a 7 out of 10 easily. It never overstays its welcome, which is very nice. The humor is also pretty good, getting several chuckles out of me, especially the dialogue. The story is a thing that exists and does indeed happen, but that doesn't matter because it's simply an excuse to kill people in funny environments and in funny ways. And how do you kill people? Well, dear viewer, you eat their goddamn brains. And after you kill them, they return to life and join you as a companion, fighting alongside you like a personal army. They also have the ability to eat brains themselves, and you can call out to them by whistling at them. This is all I've ever wanted and more. You can eat brains in so many ways. From the front, from the back, from the fucking air. Actually, that's about it. But regardless, you have many different attacks. You can slap these assholes to death or just stun them so you can eat their ass. Oh wait, not like that. You also have special abilities such as the fart that stuns everyone around you, the ability to mind control people with your severed arm and make them slaughter each other, the ability to take off your head and roll it like a goddamn bowling ball, and then detonate it like a bomb, and my personal favorite, your organs. You throw just one of these babies and everyone dies. You can also do cool things like rip motherfuckers' arms off and kick in doors and shit, and crouch for some reason. The gameplay never gets old and I can see myself playing this for years to come. But just in case you get bored of the initial brain eating, which by the way, how could you? The game also introduces new gimmicks in just about every level, like sneaking through a police station as a severed arm, or dance off with the police chief to this sick ass soundtrack, and a hovering vehicle that shoots like balls of ink or something and is extremely overpowered in the best way possible. Not to mention you drive a tank in this game. By the way, this was developed on the Halo engine, I can't make this shit up. There's highlights such as the hillbilly house where you kill a bunch of helpless rednecks of an army of zombies that bash through the windows and the doors before blowing up the place. Stuff like that is really interesting to me. But when you make me walk down the same identical hallway over and over and over and over again, you kinda lose me a little bit. But despite that and some of the more unfair and annoying segments, Stubbs The Zombie is easily the best game where you play as a zombie. Playing as a zombie is an extremely interesting idea I would love to see more of. Maybe in the future we'll get more games like this that expand on each other and make the experience more and more interesting each time. But until that day that probably won't ever come, Stubbs The Zombie easily takes the cake.
Mr. Sandman.